Good morning. This is day 71 of our lejog, and we're walking up the river with a long name that I've abbreviated to Broashin because I can't pronounce it. We've just left Kinlochew en route for Loch and Nid via Loch and Fadder. So probably about 11, maybe 12 miles today, but when we get to Loch and Nid we might extend it a little further if the weather's still okay and if we're feeling okay, because it's a shortish day, and if we push on it'll knock some miles off tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be a little longer, probably 17, 18, 16, somewhere around there. So if we knock a few miles off that, that'll be to our benefit tomorrow, but we'll see how we get on. Weather's kind of changed this morning. You can feel a definite change. The last few mornings within 400 yards of walking you've been sweating because it's been really hot and humid. You just feel a sticky atmosphere. But overnight last night we had some torrential rain for a long period while we were in the bunkhouse, and this morning there's a real fresh, crisp feel to it, and although the sun's come up and it's hot, it's a different type of heat. The rivers are definitely flooded by the sound of things, and by the looks of things it's been a real heavy downpour up on the mountains as well. So not sure how we'll find the pathless bit over the Belach today, as the last few Belachs we've done have been hard but dry, and I think this might be a tough one if we come across some boggy sections. But I'll show you the river, but it's definitely in flood. We had a good night's sleep last night, good food, good breakfast, so back on charge again. Last 10 days tomorrow, so the countdown begins. We're getting on okay. Onwards and upwards, and this will be a long upwards. As you can see, a big change in the river levels from the last few days where you could almost walk across some of them. This is well in flood now with all that heavy rain last night. You might think that the mountains are going to soak a lot of it up, but it comes down so heavy. Just like pouring water out of a jug onto a sponge. If you pour it out fast, it all runs straight off the top. Just like this is done. See lots of waterfalls high up, coming down off the big fells. Well, they're not fells up here, are they? So we finally reached Loch and Fadder after 3 hours uphill all the way. Quite hard work, but it wasn't too steep, just consistently up all the way. That's Loch and Fadder behind me, and now we have a pathless, trackless part to come. I'll just show you, spin it round. Going up that way now, over the Billac. So this is the bit that's going to be really tough because there's no track at all until we get to Loch and Nid, probably about 2 hours away. Not a lot of ascent, probably 600 or 700 feet, or 800 feet maybe. But as you can see, there's no path, no track at all. But it is stunningly beautiful around here. Absolutely fantastic. The height of some of these mountains are quite stunning, just amazing. I'm just going across here. Made it. Yippee. Just come down that trackless valley there, quite wet and boggy because of the rain that we just endured an hour and a half ago. The campsite that was suggested, the camp spot was suggested in that valley there, Loch and Nid. As we're here early, it's about 3:45 I think, we're going to go along a different route, which is our plan B. It doesn't entail as much ascent. Now we're going to try to find a camp spot near Loch in Virum, I think it is, in Virum on this track, another 2 or 3 miles. So it seems to be quite low at the moment. We might be lucky, we might not be with the campsite tonight, so we'll have to find out. Well, the rain has stopped at last. It's brightening up. We're just about to look for a camping spot somewhere along here now. It's about 5:30 in the evening. We've probably done a little bit more than we thought today actually, probably 15 miles I guess. It's been tough going at times, but a lot of the paths have been okay and walkable. And then there was a trackless bit in the middle which was quite bad. So that's another day finished, day 71. Day 72 tomorrow towards Ullapool. We'll see what happens when we get the tent up. We found a rather strange but magnificent spot to camp. The skies have gone blue after all that rain. This is where we are, in an old garden, believe it or not, of this place. All boarded up. Nobody's been here for years, as you can tell by the drive. Should be okay. Tea time. Good morning. Morning. And we're in the middle of the Scottish Highlands at a place called Loch Abroyne, or at least the loch's called that. After camping here last night, had a pretty wet day yesterday. Midges on the evening and midges this morning, and deer keeping us awake all night. So we're pretty knackered. But we're heading today to Campbelltown, which is just outside Ullapool. Probably about 14 miles, 15 miles to get there, and then we have a rest day tomorrow, so we're looking forward to that. Get things dried out, tidied up, re-energised. But we've just crossed 1,000 miles. Get in there! 1,000 miles! So we're just on a bit of an up at the moment, although we'll probably look knackered. And we'll see how the day goes. Probably got just short of 200 to go. We'll find out when we get nearer John O'Groats exactly the mileage, but we're still on track, still on target, and still doing okay. We're just struggling to find the path here through the forest. We've found the path, but we've come across a problem that we can't cross, and that is the bridge. I know it's got iron railings and it's probably okay to cross on the iron railings, but nobody in the right mind would stand on that wood. So we've got to find another route. That's a hell of a drop. I'm just trying to find another route across the river. It's proving a little bit difficult. This might be our only chance here. I think we should find a way somehow. A little bit up there, I reckon. I'll give this a try here. Well, safely managed to negotiate that. We just dipped a toe in. It wasn't easy. Graham's taken the option of changing into a pair of flip-flops. now changing back. And I just like slipped and slid my way across. That'd be a fantastic place for a swim if it was warm. Well, here we are on the last leg of day 72. Not a very difficult day at all really, nearly all downhill fortunately. Nasty river crossing because there was a bridge missing, and then the last 3 miles, maybe 2-3 miles have been along this busy road which is very unpleasant. We've got about half a mile to go now to Campbelltown, which is our ending destination. I think probably about 13-14 miles, something like that. And that's the end of day 72 in the bag. We've got a rest day tomorrow in Ullapool, which is very welcome. And then after that, the final push, the final 8 days. We'll be glad when we get this last bit gone, because walk alongside these cars and lorries and vans and buses, it's very unpleasant, but it gets us along to our destination. So we'll crack on for another half mile and see you on day 74. Bye for now.